Guys, Patreon. Patreon.com/Matthew Donald. Bonus content for both my shows, The Ritwit and Paleo Bites. This month we're talking about King Kong. Link is in the description. Thank you for your support. Have a good day. Efficiency. Isn't it great? Oh, it's King Kong 2005. The Peter Jackson one. Damn it, so much for efficiency.
Roar, growl, snarl, bellow.
Welcome to Paleo Bites, the podcast that sours the primordial soup. My name is Matthew Dahl, and each week I and a rotating series of guest co-hosts talk about and rate a genus of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. This week I'm joined by someone who's been a really bad influence as we've been recording this session. All the jokes we made.
Yep.
No good, man.
I mean, I gotta apologize. I brought my lemonade in, and I spilled it into the soup. That's why it's sour. I'm so sorry, guys.
I will recover.
Is that too much of a stretch?
No, it's fine. Again, listen to any of the 100 plus episodes of this show, and
right, pretty
much exactly what you
just
expect.
a stretch with my jokes anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so if you a dinosaur-related question, if you could, which dinosaur would you divorce from, and then get good alimony?
Would I divorce for good alimony?
Yeah.
I mean, if I really wanted that good alimony, I mean, I could live with divorcing a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Mainstream.
I mean, it's
popular.
a king.
It's a king. It's got to have tons and tons of money.
Yeah. Okay. Did you see? So someone did like this thing about like speaking of. I guess it's not really a dinosaur. It's close enough. So Smaug has all that gold.
Yeah.
You know, people have calculated how much gold is in there, and if you look at like how much gold is in there and calculate it, especially to like a modern value of gold,
right?
Jeff Bezos is still richer than Smaug.
Serious?
Like,
there's so much gold in there. Smaug doesn't even touch the floor. There's so much gold.
I know.
He's literally buried in gold.
It makes Scrooge McDuck's place look like ball pits.
Poorhouse.
Yeah.
Like, but there's like that wave of gold that overcame Bilbo, I think, at one point in the movie.
It's just
How is Bezos have more? I mean,
capitalism.
woo, it's working for all.
Yeah, it's gonna trickle down eventually.
Trickle down. Yeah, exactly. One of these days.
We're all just temporarily embarrassed billionaires. So
Exactly. Yeah, we're just
subscribe to my
for
Patreon
our
listeners.
Bezos inheritance to come in. Oh my goodness! That's insane.
It's sad, isn't it? It's so sad.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something happy, like Guanlong.
Dinosaurs. Huh?
Yeah, like dinosaurs, specifically Guanlong.
Guanlong. Yeah, there we go.
Speaking of long, again, another long one.
Right? Yeah, we're doing a lot. We haven't even made that many long jokes you made more long jokes about long pork than other long things. I feel
No, this is Guanlong.
Yeah.
Long Guang.
Guanglong?
It means crown dragon, by the way, in Chinese.
What?
Yes.
Long means
Dragon.
dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of dinosaurs named Long in Long. Like
That gives me a new idea for a name for my What's up?
What? I was just thinking like long pork isn't actually that bad now that I think it's just dragon meat.
It's dragon pork. Yeah, there we go.
I saw this meme. I'm on this great Facebook group called Paleontology Copperlight Posting.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Said like when naming Chinese dinosaurs, and it had a image from Black Panther, and it showed T'Challa being like, "You are long, all of you are long."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. I recently found a group on there, because there's a YouTube channel that I follow, because I really just hope it's satire. I don't know. They haven't posted anything for a while. I think I even mentioned the Christians Against Dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Apparently there's a Facebook group called Christians Against Dinosaurs, and
Yes.
it's actually people on there just don't believe in dinosaurs.
Oh, it's not a satirical group.
No, that one isn't.
Oh,
But
that's a
there is
shame.
another group that I
Called-
joined recently.
Christians against dinosaurs?
No, it's dinosaurs against Christians against dinosaurs.
Ooh.
That
That's
was a
pretty
lot
good.
of fun.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like those groups.
Right.
I don't like paleontology copyright posting does kind of get a bit uppity about Jurassic World, being like, oh, it's not accurate enough.
Oh, come on, enjoy it.
It's a movie. Just have some
Yeah,
fun.
exactly. I mean, if anything, it brings more attention to the field.
Yes.
the
How
study.
many paleontologists got their start from Jurassic Park?
Yeah, exactly.
And also they're like, oh, but Jurassic Park, the original, was as accurate as the dinosaurs were at the time. It's just the new Jurassic World movies. Like, that. Did you see that Dilophosaurus?
Right.
Did you see the T-Rex that couldn't see him when they didn't move?
No, because it didn't move. I couldn't see it.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. That makes sense then. Okay. All right. Well, Guanlong. It means crown dragon. Type it as a proceratosaurid theropod. The earliest members of the lineage that would become the tyrannosaurs. I mean, other than the billions of years of evolution leading up to them, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Size 9 to 10 feet / 2.8 to 3 meters long. 100 to 200 pounds. 45 to 90 kilograms.
Those are tiny.
Yeah.
Comparatively, as my 5'10".
It was like 9 to 10 feet. You know, that's pretty small. I mean, again, it probably wouldn't have looked at us in the
Right,
eye.
it would have been like standing up that tall.
Standing up would be like maybe 4.5
Yeah.
feet tall. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect height for something.
But
I was
what
gonna
that
try and
is,
make a
we'll
joke.
never know.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
We'll never know because they're extinct.
Yeah.
They're long.
darn it.
gone.
Anyway, long. That's so good. Oh God, that's brilliant. Long, more like long gone.
Yeah.
Oh God, why has no one thought of that before?
Right? Come on, get with the program, people. It wasn't
okay.
that hard.
Diet carnivore, time Late Jurassic, 161 to 160 million years ago. Location China, as we have said.
Yep.
It was described in 2006. Pop culture appearances: Dinosaur Revolution, Jurassic World: The Game, of course,
Oh, of course.
and most notably Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs, where the producers stated they specifically chose as a twist on Velociraptor since that one's been done to death. Mad props, Blue Sky
Yeah.
Studios.
Way to
Shame
go.
Disney closed you down.
They closed them down?
Yeah, because they were a subsidiary of Fox, and then when
Oh,
Disney
that's
bought
right.
Fox, yeah.
So sad.
Although it does mean though, like a lot of those Ice Age movies are on Disney Plus now, so
Does that mean that there are also more Disney princess dinosaurs now?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Awesome.
Well, it does mean that Anastasia is now officially a Disney princess. So
So is the alien from Aliens.
yeah, the Queen.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So
Like,
I mean, wouldn't all her babies be
That's true. That's
Disney
true. Well, people are
princesses?
like, "Oh, Elsa was the first Disney princess that became a queen." Like, no, it was the Xenomorph. It was the Xenomorph
Exactly.
Queen.
Boom. Done. I mean, isn't the Xenomorph Queen already born a queen though? Kind of like an insect.
Oh,
kinda
like an
thing?
ant. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Okay,
So, I
maybe
mean,
Elsa
she
was the
never
first.
a princess. She's just always a queen.
What
So, I
about
mean, that
Kida
could
from
still-
Atlantis Lost Empire? She was a princess that became a queen.
There we go. Boom.
Yeah.
First one.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, so the origin of the Tyrannosaurus has long been a mystery for paleontologists. I mean, they presumably evolved from some other dinosaur, but what other dinosaur wasn't particularly clear for the longest time. Then scientists took a look at the family of proceratosaurid, a group that you wouldn't assume to be the ancestor of tyrannosaurs, but the ceratosaurs. It's in the name,
Yeah, you'd think.
But while the namesake of the proceratosaurid family, Proceratosaurus, was thought to be an ancestor of Ceratosaurus because of the crest on its nose was believed to be a precursor to the horn on Ceratosaurus's nose.
So did they find out that the anti-Ceratosaurus was actually the?
Yeah, you got Proceratosaurus and Anticeratosaurus,
Anticeratosaurus,
or the
yeah.
Conceratosaurus. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
If pro is the opposite of con, is Proceratosaurus the opposite of Conceratosaurus? Makes you think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
logic.
I just did, as we're recording this episode, we just released the episode Concavinator. And so it's like Procovinator.
Procobinator.
Yeah, I can't think of any other con dinosaurs. I'm sure there's lots of them.
Oh, I'm sure. Consugnathus. Just changed up a
I was
little
just thinking
bit
of
just to make it work.
I was just thinking of Decepticons.
Deceptipros.
Yeah, I was gonna say instead of the Autobots, it's Deceptipros versus
exactly.
Decepticons.
Wouldn't that mean that they're more deceiving, the Deceptipros?
It's true. They're
Shouldn't we be on the
pro-deception.
Decepticon side then? Because they're anti-deception?
Yeah, and Autobots are all about autonomy, man, and like,
Yeah.
no, screw that. I want to be
Capitalism
controlled.
doesn't work with autonomy.
No. So,
Yeah, screw that.
yeah.
Come on, let's. Bezos has enough money to defeat the Deceptipros. Let's get him.
Michael Bay, this is the next Transformers movie. Listen here. All right, so turns out, no, Proceratosaurid is in the Selenosaur lineage of theropods, not the Ceratosaurs, and paleontologists were just dumbasses.
I mean,
come
it's
on,
all
a
just
crest-
guesswork half the time.
A crest and a horn are not the same thing. Even I know that, and I'm a doofus.
Exactly. Horns are very similar to Thagomisers, and crests just don't fit.
Yeah, logic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. So the Proceratosaurids are actually in the Coelurosaur branch of theropods, which includes the Dromaeosaurs, the Oviraptorids, the birds, and yes, the Tyrannosaurs. So rather than being a direct ancestor of Tyrannosaurus, like a lot of the news said it was at the time, it was more like an offshoot of the same family.
Interesting.
But all the tabloids back in the day were being being sensational and crap. You know,
walking by saying, Brittany's back in rehab.
Yeah, it was like right next to that
Lindsay's
article.
back in rehab. Proceratosaurid are
right next to that article where they interviewed Jennifer Aniston about Brad Pitt, and she's like, dude, it's been over 15 years. My career's only grown since then. Can we talk about something else? And then the headline's like, OMG, Jennifer Aniston is still not over Brad Pitt.
Maybe she was abducted by aliens.
Maybe. And then right next to that is the article saying this newly discovered dinosaur is actually an ancestor of Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Exactly, right
Sensationalism.
there. Boom.
Yeah. Oh, man. Tabloids are ridiculous.
Exactly. Crazy.
Unlike most Proceratosaurids, it had a little crest on its nose, similar in structure to that of Dilophosaurus, but closer to the end of the snout rather than between the eyes, like Dilophosaurus.
Does that mean it had those fancy wing things and spit oil at you?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
No, absolutely
Wait,
not.
what?
It's one of those things that it's as accurate as it was with the time Jurassic Park. Dilophosaurus totally had that. It was actually it's for real. I'm gonna draw that into all the dinosaur books now and make sure it's right because I love the original Jurassic Park and hate the new Jurassic World. Typical.
Really disappointed when I invited him over for a spitting party. It's Colorado, folks. Just go with the flow.
God. Why do you have a horn and a crest? One's for showing, one's for I don't know.
Exactly. Well, you got a playtime one and
one's for spitting, one's for quitting.
spitting and quitting.
All right. So what this thing was for, because it was a lot more brittle than a lot of other crests that we've had, even ones like Dilophosaurus. So meaning it was probably used for display, or maybe it held its nose up to the sun and made it glow real bright like Rudolph's nose to blind its prey. So that's my theory. I'll publish a paper on it shortly. So
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
How are we gonna? I mean, that's got to be it.
What else could it be? You can't think of anything, can you?
Nope. Exactly. That was it. Yep. It maybe. Cause, I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't hold up over time. Maybe it didn't even have to hold up to the sun. Maybe it had like some copper wiring in there.
You just flicked a
and it
switch to.
Yeah, exactly. It had a little life alert button kind of thing, but instead of life alert, he just clicked it and his nose would glow. Santa outfitted those for him.
Yeah. What is this show? What is this podcast?
Paleo bites?
More like paleo no-ites.
Paleo swallows?
More like paleo smites. Smite you off this earth for such a dumb show.
All the paleontologists are like, oh, paleo bites, that's got to be a cool show. And then, halfway through probably the first episode, be like, I've been ruined.
All those people that looked at me and said, "Hey, how come T-Rex couldn't see you when you don't move?" And like, oh, that stupid Jurassic Park movie wasn't nearly as bad as this.
Like, I'd rather answer people's questions about T-Rex and Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park than have to listen to this crap.
Yeah, paleobites, more like nay-leobites.
Wait, does that mean we're a show about horses?
I did do the Mesohippus episode a while
So there we go. That would have been Nay-Leo, but
Nay-leobites. Oh,
everybody's like, never do that again.
That is a tame joke for this show.
Yeah, exactly. Are we losing our edge?
Quick, say something about the Thagomisers again.
Did we drop off the Thagomisers? Paleobites, more like Thagomiser.
Yikes!
Yikes! Yeah.
More like
Spikes.
paleobites, more like spike yikes.
Spike yikes.
Anyways, so like many other Coelurosaurs, it's thought that Guanlong had a coat of primitive feathers, and for a while we thought that the feathers were unique to the Coelurosaur branch of dinosaurs. However, we have since found evidence of feathers or feather-like structures in other creatures like Psittacosaurus and Hypsilophodon, so it's more widespread than we might think. And in fact, we have found feathers in some pterosaurs as well. Not like the little pycnofibers like some pterosaurs have. Actual legitimate feathers.
Wow.
So unless it's a freak example of convergent evolution, the common archosaur ancestor between dinosaurs and pterosaurs had feathers, which could open up a whole can of worms. Every dinosaur could have feathers.
Wait, worms had feathers?
Yeah,
Oh.
worms had feathers.
Okay.
Big long-necked Brachiosaurus had feathers. Armored tank Ankylosaurus had feathers. Plates and spiked Stegosaurus had feathers.
And you get a feather, and you get a
You
feather.
get a feather. You get a feathery coat. Like, oh, I'll get feathery coats.
And we put feathers on the end of those Thagomisers, something to help grab onto to pull it in.
Makes it feel a little bit nicer. It makes it tickle more.
Yeah, exactly. It's just extra sensory input feature. It's the high-end Thagomizer Pros.
You're no longer invited on this show anymore. You're fired. Get out. That's fine.
Okay, I'll leave.
So, anyway, that's basically Guanlong for you. It's pretty cool, like a little Chinese, not Tyrannosaur, proceratosaurid
kind of
thing.
the ancestor to, or
like
progenitor to Tyrannosaurus. Or,
Again, the tabloids being like, yeah, this person's in rehab.
right, exactly. I mean, if it got itself into the tabloids, that's got to be a good dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So therefore, it gets a brand big spanking 50 million from me.
Nice. I'm at 49 million.
49 million.
I dig it.
Not quite to your favorite number.
Yeah, not quite there. Not quite. Close.
Okay, good. That's good. Anyways, that's
Made
it.
it to the tabloids.
Yeah.
It had fun uses for Thagomisers.
That's enough. No, I'm retiring the joke. This is my own damn fault. I did that joke, and they're just like, "Oh, this is really funny." I'm just
Yeah,
gonna,
exactly.
You get a Thagomizer. You get a Thagomizer. Everyone gets a Thagomizer. That's it for this week. If you want to get a hold of the show, you can contact me at mattsd@matthew.creator.com for any general questions to me or any of the co-hosts. Send Lawrence some fan art about.
If anybody wants to do some fan art with Thagomisers, please send them my way. Probably end up being some form of head tire.
If you're interested in writing.
I believe that this is going to be my last episode, guys.
If you're interested in writing, I have a book series on Amazon. Wait. If you're interested in writing, I have a podcast about writing called The Ritwit.
Thagomisers have not been brought up in the Wit yet.
Actually, they might have. Not in that context, but...
Oh, okay. Well, then that's the podcast for me.
The Ritwit about writing other crap. I have a book series on Amazon Megazilla, available for print and Kindle.
The Thagomisers in that one?
Yes, actually there are. Not that context. There's no Guanlong in it, though. Or maybe there is. I might have fit a Guanlong in there. I don't know. Listeners, look up! I don't remember. I don't remember my damn book.
Do you have a secretary look that up for you?
All right, hold on. I might have it on Kindle here. Well, I have to look at all four of them.
Just gonna read the entire series real quick just to
okay.
see if we have any Guanlongs in there.
Nope, no, that's Long Guang. Anyways.
Guanlong.
Guanlong.
Guanglong.
Guanglong. This is getting real racist real quick here.
Yeah. Did I pronounce it wrong the whole time, or did I just pronounce it wrong that time?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I could go.
I mean, really, I'm not sure how racist it is because they've been long gone.
Long
as the
Guang.
Guanglongs, so they don't really have a say.
I could go for some
I'm
kung
gonna
pao
get a lot of
chicken
hate
right
for
now,
this,
wouldn't you say?
I love all people and dinosaurs.
Not all people and dinosaurs.
Yeah, if you're orange.
I don't like you right now, first. Nah,
I believe it.
yeah, especially if you're orange too.
Huh?
Yeah, if you're orange. Like,
Yeah,
I don't like,
if
I
you're
don't
orange, we don't like you.
Like, yeah. Hear that? I was about to say Bob the Tomato, but he's red. He's not a carrot.
Bob the Tomato?
Yeah, remember from VeggieTales?
I don't think I've
Oh, you
seen
didn't grow up in a
VeggieTales.
Christian household, so you
Yeah,
wouldn't know.
exactly. And I mean, isn't there only one vegetable on VeggieTales?
There's asparagus and there's peas. That's two.
Aren't peas legumes technically? Because they come in pods.
My childhood is ruined. Anyways, that's it for this week. As I say at the end of every episode of Paleo Bites. Long
gone.
Long gone.
Ow!
Yeah, it was a wolf.
That was the sound I make with the the word that must not be mentioned.
Stop! Enough! Enough!